This week on Unpacked, we're going to be taking a look at an ambitious indie project called Dragontwin, and taking a look at the unique funding model they're using to try and make their game a reality. One of the reasons I still enjoy having social media is that just about every week, I stumble upon a cool new game to keep an eye on. This week, as I was doing my nightly doom scroll, I came across an in-development project called Dragontwin, which has the best looking dragons I have ever seen in a video game. Sorry, Lair. I still love you. I had seen the dragon character models for this game on Twitter before, but this time around, the developer of the project released a video displaying all the progress they've made over the last year, and I came away so impressed with it that I wanted to showcase it here for you. According to the developers at Dragontwin Interactive, Dragontwin will be an open-world RPG strategy game. Based on the overview trailer, the game will be mixing a lot of different features, including large-scale armies that you command from the dragon, grand strategy elements, lots of destruction, and a crazy cool-looking dragon creation system. It's an ambitious undertaking that the developers make clear on their website will require additional funding and resources to finish, and is years away from completion. The reason I'm covering it today, aside from the dragons, is because I was surprised at the effectiveness of their current business model for getting the game to this stage so far. Something I've been wondering about lately, with the amount of layoffs in games and investor-publisher money becoming harder to come by, is if more developers would be trying out the Patreon route to fund their dream projects. Some developers like Heart Machine, Black Tabby Games, Aerial Knight, and even the Dwarf Fortress devs have already made the jump. It's not necessarily a new thing, but I have been noticing more and more developers utilizing Patreon to turn the process of making their games into content creation as they document their progress. The team making Dragontwin is pulling in over $16,000 a month on Patreon, which is really damn good. They keep their backers involved by providing frequent updates, access to early builds of the game, and, I'm sure, lots of behind-the-scenes goodies. It's a solid backing to make a project like this, bringing in steady income for a team of people to keep building. Bringing people into the early stages of the project and keeping them informed with regular updates is a great way to keep them invested in the game you're working on. It's also an effective means of educating people on the intricacies of game development as they get to observe the journey every step of the way. Obviously, you're spending more money via a Patreon subscription than you normally would just helping to fund a Kickstarter, but if the developers are also doubling as content creators and bringing you into the development process of a game you are actively funding, I feel that's a good route for some projects like Dragontwin to take. Dragontwin is an ambitious endeavor, and there's always a chance it may never be completed. But with Patreon funding coming in monthly, the developers have to keep their backers informed and give them something tangible to secure that income. If they fail to show meaningful progress, or players feel like they're being misled, then that funding starts to go away. The Patreon route keeps developers honest about what they're doing, especially for projects like Dragontwin that look like they're swinging for the fences. Patreon won't work for every indie game, obviously. I think there needs to be the right ingredients to really draw people in. A unique game that people are asking for, a team that is savvy enough in the content creation process to make development interesting for the average person, and of course, a willingness to bring people in early enough to actually help shape the development process. That said, if the developers of Dragontwin suddenly turn around and start selling specific dragon models for, let's say, $250+, or AI-generated art for skins that will never exist in the game, then we would have another story to talk about. But in this case, after watching the 1-year overview video, I think Dragontwin looks like it's doing things right for now. I know crowdfunding for video games can be a touchy subject, and of course, it's always a risk to put your money into a project that may never actually be completed. Video game studios are constantly walking a tightrope, especially with the amount of competition these days with thousands of games released every year. The current formula is mainly to make one game and hope it sells enough to fund the next game. If the studio has the capacity, they may pick up some contract work to help pay the bills. But for smaller studios, that often takes time away from making their own projects. Startup studios don't have back catalogs of games that are bringing in passive funding as they keep working on their next project. And I do think over time, we're going to see more developers heading into the content creator system to help earn that additional revenue while they make their games. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about developers taking the Patreon route. Does a developer doubling as a content creator to bring you into the process change how you view your support of their project compared to funding a game on Kickstarter, for example?
Unpacked.